So Peter, well, it's been a couple of weeks since we've spoken. It's so many changes. I see Bidder is doing extremely well. Big sales going through.
Yeah, it is, and I mean it's become a good option for farmers to sell livestock on. It's a good tool. It's certainly getting a lot of traction, a lot of interest in it, and a lot of use. I think we've got very close to 2,000 people signed up to use it now. When you think pre-COVID, we probably had less than half of that, probably 800 or 900. So strong interest in it. I think a lot of people are still getting used to using it, though, to be fair. And a lot of people watching with interest at this stage. Not necessarily everyone jumping on to use it, but we are seeing the use and the trend continue to go up.
I understand they're also enjoying the fact you can sit back and have a beer while you're working the auction.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. I think certainly. I think that people can do it from home, which is obviously a big advantage in the world we're living in right now. With all the sale yards closed and even going into level 3, looking like the sale yards will be closed for a while yet. It's sort of very difficult to operate at sale yards where you can operate an auction, but no public are allowed to be there, and you can't have more than 10 people. So, I think that the online trading is something that will be here for a while yet, and it's great that we've actually got the options. And it's also some other companies I see popping up with different types of options to use for online trading, which I suppose is a reflection on the industry at the moment, people looking for new ways to do things.
Now, there's still the backlogs, of course, and it looks like they might even be longer than they have been by about a week by all accounts, but that is still creating issues? Yeah,
I mean, I think that, I've heard comments people made, the sale yard's closing having a massive impact on trading livestock. Well, I would argue that the biggest impact we've got on livestock right now is the fact that we've got this backlog of stock to be processed. It's sort of people talking 6 weeks delay from the day they book in before they're getting space. We're talking to people. I saw a person the other day who, through the period of March and April, normally kills about 600 cattle and buys 600 replacement cattle in. As of last week, he'd only killed 100 of those cattle. So I suspect there's lots of stories, maybe not quite that bad, but lots of stories out there where people just can't get stock moved. So I think the freezing companies are doing everything they can with, they ran some shifts through Easter. They've done all the things they possibly can, but it is, I think he came back to the comment, Mark. I've talked about it for a while now. We've got a gridlocked industry, and until the actual stock can be killed and processed through, it's not going to see a lot of change in the amount of flow of stock, I don't think.
And then, of course, with the feed issues as well. Are you seeing that around?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, lots of farmers, I think, are under a lot of pressure. We've had starting to get some rain in the Waikato the last few days. Certainly things have greened up, but it's also turned a bit colder. So every day is closer to rain, but it's also closer to the winter. So the feed growth is not there that you'd expect. You would have got if we had rain 6 weeks ago or even 3 weeks ago. But at least we are getting moisture. At least the moisture content is getting up. So at least we are seeing some paddocks turn green. But that's going to be a long, difficult winter would be my prediction, just building something because the feed levels won't build up going into the colder weather.
And I guess finally, moving day looms 6 weeks away, and we've talked about it before in the previous conversation. I think you referred to it as moving week. The minister is considering things, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I think the great part about it is, Mark, is the industry are all working together on this. Everyone's got to play their part, and I think that everyone sees that moving day is a big, not just a big event, it's a big part of the business operation. So, stopping it would have a big impact on lots of businesses. So, I think we've got to work together and find a solution, find a way to do it safely, and I do reiterate the word safely. So that's why I've said to you before, I don't think it'll necessarily be Gypsy Day this year. It might be Gypsy Week, or it might even be Gypsy 2 weeks. But I think the great thing is that, we've got feed farmers, we've got dairy industry, Dairy NZ, you've got ourselves, you've got other companies all talking together about, well, how can we make this work and how can we do it safely?